Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the start of what is going to be a 3-part build. Today, as you see the dirt platforms pre-laid out behind me, we are going to be building the structure for our treehouse. The front 4 of these dirt platforms, the ones closest to the path, will be for our house, just representing the 4 corners. The back 3 we're going to be using for a tower balcony, and that's actually what we're going to be getting to next session. In interest of keeping the trees roughly even, let's go ahead and we're going to clear out this existing tree here, and we'll regrow it at the same level as all the others. We will also be moving the path so that we enter in through the front rather than putting the entrance through the tree. I just think that'll end up looking better and working better for us. Alright, first level looks, well, roughly level, so let's go ahead and get a second set of trees to anchor our second story. Now for the central tree of the balcony, we're going to go ahead and put it up extra high just so that we've got a tower back here. Now go figure. Ooh, shiny lightning strike. Digress. Go figure, we've got a derp tree up here at the top. It's like going straight and then it's like, I'm gonna go over here now. So we're gonna need to clear off this top and then we'll place another tree up on there to give us a little more elevation, and fingers crossed we'll end up with something more normal looking. Cool. Now we'll go and ensure the trees have visibly sound foundations. Just get rid of the bottom dirt, make sure it doesn't look like they're floating. If we can see the base, we'll go ahead and run that all the way down to the ground. Just don't want to give it the look that it's floating. Alright, zooming out, this is what we've got to work with. Pretty excited, as I think we've got some really good potential here. Just, I don't know, my brain's starting to spin. But let's go ahead, we'll start by putting in the structure, and we are going to create for ourselves that new entrance we talked about earlier. Alright, and as we bring it around this way, we'll go ahead and we'll connect it to the outline for our first story here. On the second story, we still need to replace the dirt, and for the outline, we're going to mirror what we've done below. Zooming back out, again, here is our frame. Let's just put some commands in there. Now it's clear with some clear skies and some light. For the tower balcony, we are going to inset it by 1 based on where it connects with the trees, so we don't have a perfect rectangle for the entire structure. And I think we're only going to have it accessible from the 2nd story. All right, now what we would do next, we've got a couple options, but I think we'll stick to the same thing we've done before. We're gonna move straight on to the leaf concealer. So making sure we've got leaves on the underside and outside of any of the planks we've got laid down. Final look around on the outline. Everything appears to be in place. Now for the flooring, we're going to go with a too thick layer of leaves. And we're doing this for really 2 reasons. The first is, as you'll see as we're putting this down, you can see less of the ground looking down at the sand with the 2 layers when compared to the 1. So that gives us a little bit less of a floating feel, makes it feel like the ground is nice, solid, and, well, actually ground. And part of the reason I like using leaves in this build is because mobs can't spawn on them. So doesn't really matter what the lighting is, we can light purely for aesthetic's sake. We don't have to worry, well, is the light level on this block too low and all of a sudden we're gonna get a creeper? As long as we make sure all of the floor is leaves, we're good. Whew, that was a lot of flooring. All right, but the build platform, it's now complete. And yes, it's dark for now, but give me a second, we can get that fixed. There, now we can see it in all of its glory. In adherence to the design of the build that we've done thus far, we're gonna outline each of the floors with a 3-high gapped lantern fence. Let's go ahead and get that constructed here on the 1st story. As we can see, it doesn't quite connect up to the floor, so rather than leave that gap, what I think we're going to do is we're going to connect the 2 stories with a little concave inset of leaves. It's going to give us just a little bit extra texturing while still serving the purpose of having no direct way for things to come in or go out, and just kind of giving it more of the house feel rather than just a couple layered bits of fences with nothing else in between them. Alright, let's tweak the trees a little bit here just to make them a little bit more fit to the build. I could go and we could replace them or make them entirely symmetrical, but I don't think we're going to do that, because what I like is their difference. I like the fact that we have different things kind of going on here. Just makes it seem a little bit more natural and less constructed. Alright, looks good. Let's go ahead and repeat this with our standard 3 thick roof for the second story. Now while I was putting in the roof, and now we've got that completed, I got to thinking, we need to get a way to get between the 2 stories, and rather than put in stairs, and I think they just end up looking really awkward seeing them from a side, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go to the 2 rear trees. We're just going to put in 2 ladders, 1 on each side. Obligatory statement, yes, the interior is empty. Come part 3, so part 1 is the structure we're doing now. Part 2, we're going to be working on the tower balcony. And then part 3, we're going to focus on the interior decoration. And just so in the interest of time, we're going to get all of that done then. Alright, let us take a final look at the house. Maybe some last minute tree pruning in here. But I think there we have it. This is just another treehouse. Guys and gals, thank you very much for your time here. It's been a pleasure. Best of vibes to you. Know that I care. Know that we, the community, care about you and are glad to have you with us. Good night.